When we built our company, it was important that we had foundational pillars. And the reason why it's called Lunar Door is when you look at the logo, you see a little man on a lunar surface and a door. Chase and I, we're the little man. The door is the decision to make the project. For us to step through that threshold, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of sweat equity. And if we believe that it can change lives, then we're going to put the work in to do it.
This is the Cinematography for Actors podcast.
More than a podcast, Cinematography for Actors is a vibrant community devoted to bridging the gap between talent and crew. Each week, our show offers transparent, insightful conversations with industry leaders. We unveil the magic behind the scenes, from candid discussions about unique filmmaking processes to in-depth technical exploration. Join us in unraveling the intricacies of filmmaking one episode at a time. It's more than just cameras and lenses. We aim to inspire, educate, and empower as we peel back the curtain on the art of effective storytelling. Now on to the episode.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Cinematography for Actors podcast episode here at Mammoth Film Festival. I am joined by a wonderful and large-filled couch of talented artists that are coming together to do a quick interview with us for the fall. Is this the North American premiere of the fall?
It is.
World?
Yeah.
Okay.
World premiere, right?
World premiere,
Yeah.
and we're on the couch here talking about it. Okay, so let me introduce everybody here while we have them. So Sean Hart is our director and writer. Michael Schilf, producer. We have Jeremy Sumpter, one of the actors, Cassandra Scerbo. Scerbo?
Yep.
Thank you. Matt Fahey and Thomas Cocquerel.
Hey,
Great. Awesome.
nailed it.
Well, welcome
Well done.
everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Let's dive into the fall. We have 10 minutes. So, the fall. Can I get from Sean a one-liner about the fall for everybody who's listening?
Yeah, I'll save him here.
Okay.
The fall is about an aspiring photographer who is reeling after her mother's suicide, and she's trying to rectify her self-destruction, but she can only do that and find redemption if she accepts her past.
Fantastic.
My
That's great. That's
one
good
liner,
producer, right?
my one liner would be it's a twisted, emotionally driven love triangle.
There we go.
Kind of like a lot of squares.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, we always love at Cinematography for Actors talking about collaboration and how teams come together. And so how did this kind of team form? Have you two worked together before, and then the cast kind of came a part of it?
Yeah,
Well,
I got lucky. I was asked to DP
Okay.
shoot Michael Schilf's first short film for their company that they formed together, Lunar Door, and it was amazing. It was one of the smoothest short films I've ever been a part of. Everything was like buttoned up, well rehearsed. Nothing. Danny Trejo was in it. We shot multiple locations in like 2 days, and it was fantastic. It won so many awards. It's ridiculous. And that was, I think, 2020.
It was
2019?
September of 2019.
Wow.
2019. And then later, after the COVID pandemic and all this stuff, I had the script and I approached Chase and Natalie, and they gave, to read. And Michael Schilf, being a very seasoned writer as well as a producer, gave me his best, finest red ink. And we really worked on it. It was a very raw and emotional script,
Yeah.
something that I wrote after reeling from losing the two people in the film, the characters, but it's based on like my real grandparents. And it was a dream, and they have, fortunately, Chase and other people
I love these little emotions.
have so many talented actor friends like Cassie and Thomas and Jeremy that they've been friends with for all these years. And so it was a little bit unconventional where we had a casting director, but most importantly, we just had really good producers who had really great relationships. And so they brought me this kind of dream team of cast. And it was just an honor, because this is not my first feature film, although it's my first feature film, because this is the first one that actually had support and producers and a budget, and it was a dream come true.
We have some exciting news.
CFA has teamed up with We Make Movies to get you a discount on production management services, including access to comprehensive production insurance and workers' comp for your next shoot. Visit wemakemovies.org/insurance and use code CFA23 on your intake form for 10% off your quote.
We spent 3.5 weeks in this little beach town making a movie in the real locations with actors who were embodying like the very essence of these real people that I based the story on. And they just brought so much truth and life to it. And
We all became a family up there.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Now let's dive into that a bit. So for the wonderful cast that have joined us, what was it like as actors, knowing it's based off of someone close to your director, your writer and director? What is that process like coming on board, hearing about it, and then also checking in kind of constantly with yourself and the director on set during production? Like, what is that process like?
It's a huge responsibility. I was going to say on that, you know that it's a personal story to Sean, but it wasn't until I really got to set that I got to meet him. And the responsibility really kicks in. We were shooting in these real locations that he grew up in. He knows that beach. He knows that town. His family were also on set helping. I mean, it was a very personal project for him. And so as an actor coming on, you realize how important that is and how respectful you need to be to bring someone's work of art, but also true life story based on true life story to life.
Wow. And what is it like to have, we're talking about, these triangles and these squares of like the dynamics between characters. How is that built on set? Is that something that you're kind of exploring during prep, or is it something that's happening in almost like an improvisational way on set?
The good thing about this movie is like what Sean was saying is that me, Cass, Matt, I met Tom and on the when we did the table reading, the first day I met Tom, it was like boom, we were like
so fast.
Wow.
Like we became, you thought we'd known each other for life, right? Brothers for life. And but like the crew, a lot of the producers, a lot of the talent, we've all known each other for like at least 10 to 15 years. I mean, I've known Cassie for 17 years.
Wow.
She plays my fiance, and should ask her to marry me in real life a long time ago. Okay. But no, it just really helped. It's like we were all well acquainted with each other, and the thing is, the story is involved. It's like there's a lot of history between some of the characters and these people, in this small town, and so having that background already just really helped us to move forward really quickly. And just tap right into it right away.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Michael, you seem to always pick stories, because we were talking yesterday about Tracing the Divide, and you're here with 3 films that have this heart and the soul. And without even, talking too much yet about it, it feels like that is already something that is a huge part of the fall. What is it like for you as a producer choosing stories that are always integral to kind of like humanity as a whole?
It's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
When we built our company, it was important that we had foundational pillars. And the reason why it's called Lunar Door is when you look at the logo, you see a little man on a lunar surface and a door. Chase and I, we're the little man. The door is the decision to make the project. For us to step through that threshold, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of sweat equity, a lot of work. Okay. And we're not going to step through that threshold unless we believe that story is worth putting on that little blue marble out in space, and it's the only thing we have. That's it. So we only want to produce stories that we believe are a gift to Earth, to the people. And if we believe that it can change lives, then we're going to put the work in to do it.
Fantastic. I love that. I think it's so wonderful because, all of the stories that, you're choosing to bring into to your company, and then also talking about the personal story, you're talking about like let's put it on the blue marble, let's put it on Earth and as a whole, and how individual stories can relate to us as a whole. And I think that's so wonderful, especially when you can see that you've had that collaboration for years and you've worked together. I'm sure it comes through on the film.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say a quick little, it was obviously it is a personal story, and that's what makes it so special. But I think what also made filming just such an incredible experience was there was just such a safety and comfort, because we all know each other. We have great chemistry already as friends. And even, the people that we had just came on to meet, we just all clicked instantly. And I'm just so grateful to have had a director and producers that made it so safe and comfortable to play, to be vulnerable, especially when it's something that's so close to home.
Yeah,
You made me
vulnerability.
emotional. Like
Yeah.
I cry for everything. But it's someone's real life story, so
Yeah.
that made it that much more special.
Yeah, and vulnerability is just such a key
Yeah.
part of the process,
Mhm.
I think. So that's so wonderful that
Absolutely.
it's like a safe space that we're creating to
Yeah.
build that world in. Now, I know we have to wrap things up, but what are you hoping? I know this is the world premiere, so congratulations once again. What are you hoping the audience's biggest takeaway for this project?
I know this, that when people are going to take away from this movie is there's going to be a lot of tears, because the thing is this, it's real life. It's about love and love lost, love found, and like loss of family.
Life, death,
Yeah,
love.
it's like it's everything that's real life that we go through that we're unprepared for, and that it will make you think about how to prepare for it, which is something you can't really prepare for.
Yeah.
And this movie really shows that.
Yeah,
Redemption.
it's a story about healing and about
Yeah.
what you need to do to heal, and that's accepting your past and accepting where you've come from to be able to move forward into whatever part of life you want to move into.
Incredible. Well, I feel like my word this year, and I've said this from January, my word this year I'm focusing on is like surrendering more into things.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this film is probably perfect for anyone who is looking to heal or to surrender,
Yeah.
to like connect,
Mhm.
really. So
Huge shout out to also Jocelyn. I mean,
Yeah,
our
my
star.
God.
She
was
booked something
unbelievable.
huge, so
We're
if
really
she
proud
can't
of
be here, we aren't allowed to talk about her. Maybe we are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You're good.
she's so brilliant in the film, and her chemistry with Thomas is amazing. Her chemistry with Jeremy is phenomenal. They bring in that like history of this toxic relationship, and Jeremy, his relationship with Cassie. So it is very much a love square.
Yeah.
It's not a triangle, it's a
Yeah.
square. There's four
Yeah.
sides to it.
Yeah, there's
But then the family dynamic is, I think, what makes it a little different, because it's not just a love story. It's really like an adult coming of age story. It's about a girl,
dysfunction.
who lost him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining me here on the couch for like 10 minutes in the
Yeah.
cold. I'm very excited for everyone to see the fall, including myself and our whole team. So thank you so much for taking the time, and we'll see you at the next
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.
Thanks,
Yeah,
everybody.
thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye.
Join us in bridging the gap between talent and crew. Start by subscribing on your preferred podcast platform, sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date on vendor discounts, community events, and new podcast releases, and educate yourself through our free course releases on YouTube. It all starts at cinematographyforactors.com. And if you like this episode, consider leaving a review to make it easier for other listeners to find us.